Question 6 is about parabolas. Here we need to write the given equation in standard form of parabola and then its vertex, focus, axis of symmetry and directrix. Now here there are some details of parabola. Now the most important thing is writing the standard form. The given equation must be written like this so you understand what the parabola means exactly. So now here, how do you understand which is vertical or horizontal? That depends on this particular equation, isn't it? Say for a parabola, y is equal to x square is opening upwards, y is equal to minus x square is downwards, whereas x is equal to y square is opening to the right, x is equal to minus y square is opening to the left. That's how, isn't it? So now it's basically like crossed. But over here you can see squared is first. I like to write the formulas like this. 4p, the standard form, 4p into y minus k, this is y, equals x square, x minus h, the whole square. I write it like this. It's very easy for me to understand this. So this is also fine. I've just rearranged these terms. Now from this, whatever is there for h and k, that is the vertex. H is with respect to whatever is for x-axis, and k is the along the y-axis. So that is the vertex. Now, if it is like this, then it is either upwards or downwards. How do you know which is up and which is down? Look at this. If you have positive over here, it's upwards. If it's minus, it's downwards. Whatever is before 4p. So if you have negative 2p, then it's downwards. Now then, if at all we know the orientation, then you need to know this is the vertex, right? The focus will be along the same x-axis. See, x point is the same. It'll be somewhere inside over here or over here. So the x point does not change. What you have to do is you have to find what is the p-value. Once you find the p-value, add it to the k-value. See, h and k is vertex, right? H will be the same, but k plus p is the foci point. These are the very important things to find out. Then the axis of symmetry is basically which axis is it symmetrical. This is along the x is equal to this point, right? X is equal to whichever point. It's reflected along the y-axis, but you write as x is equal to what point. So what is the point over here? Whatever is there, h. And then because that point will be the same constant point, right, throughout. And then over here directrix. See, now if you're thinking x is equal to 2, isn't it this along x-axis? No, x is equal to 2 means it's symmetrical along y-axis itself. This is x is equal to 2, it's the y-axis symmetrical itself, okay? But the value is given as x is equal to something. And lastly, directrix. Over here you need to memorize this. Whatever is the k value with respect to y, see, y value k minus p. Here it is not k, it is h. See the h value, okay, minus p. See, you how do you find foci? K plus p, isn't it? So you find k foci by k plus p. Directrix will be on the other side, it will be minus. So that's it. So now with this information we can start solving the problems. Let's go ahead. This is the first problem. Now here what you need to do is just rearrange and write it in the standard form. Looking at this, I know this is of y is equal to x squared. Why? Because y is power 1, x is power 2. So what is the standard form? I like to write like this. It will be 4p first, and now it is y minus k, the k only. And over here it will be x minus h, the whole square. This is the standard form. Now here, how do I write this? So let me solve y alone, this x square alone. Let me try to, take all the constants to one side. That's the first thing. Let me take this constant to the other side. It'll be x squared is equal to 8y. Now here, when you take this minus to the other side, becomes plus 17. So add 1 will be 40 plus 16. It is 56 here. Now what you can do is, you can just see, now we're not changing signs or anything. Don't think you're changing sign. I'm just writing this part first. 8y plus 56 is equal to x squared. Isn't x squared is equal to this? I'm just rearranging and writing. You can continue like this itself. That's also fine. I'll just write this as first. So now y is equal to x squared. Now when I look at it, I can easily understand, okay, this is something like this. And this all positive, so I know it's opening upwards. Now here, the formula clearly states y as a coefficient of 1. You can't have anything else. So let's remove that 8 outside. Just take 8 out. Whatever is the number must be removed out. Now what happens? 56 also must be divided by 8 because that will be grouped with y. 8, 5, 6, 7 times, right? So 7 times 56 is equal to x squared. Now can you compare this? Absolutely. So you can see this value over here is k, but this is plus k, it will be minus k now, minus 7, sorry, k. H is what? 0. There's nothing. Let's just write this term. I'll write it in some other color. It's now 4p y minus k is equal to x minus h the whole square. Now what are the things? This is equal to this and this needs to be equated, and over here there is nothing. This is basically 0. Now for the first problem, I'll just do equation and I'll show you. 8 is equal to 4p. So what is p value? Divide both the sides by 4, you will have 2 is equal to p. That is the p value. Now what about k? 7 is equal to minus k, so k can be equal to minus 7. Take the other side. Now what about this? H is equal to 0. There is nothing. So these are the values. Now if you remember the vertex 1, what is the vertex formula? Vertex, it was h and k. So what is h and k now? H is 0, k is 7. It's minus 7, sorry. So that is the first value. Then we had what? Focus. What is focus? Now here, which orientation is it? See, now this over here is the vertex. That means focus will be somewhere over here. H, x value will be the same, k plus p. This is the focus. Now here what you do, 0, comma, what is p value? It is 2. So minus 7 plus 2, I'll write it directly. Minus 7 plus 2 will be minus 5. So if this is, say, minus 7, this is minus 5. That is the focus. And what next? Axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. Now this was what? Axis of symmetry is basically this h value. H is equal to what? H is over here 0. Axis of symmetry is 0. Then last we had directrix. Directrix. Now what was directrix? If you remember the foci formula, it is just k minus p. So what is it? K value is minus 7. Minus 2 would be minus 9. So these are the answers, guys. Let's just look into it. So you can see this is the standard form we also got. We have just written the other way around. You can write this way also, it's fine. And then here, first is vertex 0, minus 7, 0, minus 5. Now directrix was minus 9, and what was the axis of symmetry? It's 0. With this information, you can graph. You can do this graphing as well, or what you can do is you can just graph it with the table method. See, once you get the standard form, where is the standard form? Over here, right? Okay, this is gonna be a little confusing, but the better way to graph it is, I'll show you. You know the vertex, right? What is vertex? 0 and minus 7. See, now this is in the MCQ part. So if at all you are graphing, you can just check the values. You don't need to graph it entirely. It's not writing. But from the vertex, just check where is vertex. Is it 0, minus 7? Yes. Then well and good. Where is foci? Okay. Now what about the axis of symmetry? Yes, it's on 0. One more way to easily check whether this graph is true or false, I'll show you now in your calculator. Now this equation is there, right? You can type it out as it is. Sorry, not as it is. You should just choose a x value. I'll choose x as 0, and now 0 squared minus 17 is equal to 8. Consider this as the variable x plus 39. Now whatever you get as shift and solve equal to, the answer must match. At 0, is it minus 7? Yes. Now let's change it to 1. So over here, instead of 0, put 1 square and press shift and solve. And now what is the answer? Minus 6.875. Yeah, because see, now this is minus 8. This is minus 6. It's about that because this is 7 over here. Yeah, that's true. Now let's go for say 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Here it'll be 4 square. Okay, now I can't press equal to, I need to press shift and solve, only then I'll get the answer. It's minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 5. Okay, I was taking the axis altogether wrong. X is 4 is over here. Okay, so now the 1, yeah, this is more like it. See over here, this is 7, this was 6.8. Yes, that's correct, you know. Now this was not correct, it's over here. 1. See now 4 is over here. Is it 5? Yes, this is minus 6 between minus 4. Yes, that's correct. So this is how you can test some random points and easily eliminate the wrong graph and select the correct one. So that you can do. Otherwise, you can just, find it from here as well. These points match the correct graph. I hope this is clear. Let's do one more over here now because this is having y squared. Now, when I look at this, I first write the formula. It is C. 4p always comes naturally. Right side, left side must be x now because y squared is on the right side. But I won't write y squared. I'll write y minus k the whole square. And over here, x minus h only. Now let me take all the numbers to one side and simplify. So I'll take this to the other side. It'll be y squared is equal to minus 8x. Minus and minus, it becomes 56 over here, minus 56. Now what I'll do is I'll take the minus out and I'll take 8 out. It'll be x minus, again it's 7. Now I'll rearrange it and write minus 8 into x minus 7 is equal to y squared. See, this is something I like to write, so that's why I'm writing, because this gives me a sense that x is equal to y squared. So I can easily understand now minus is there, so the graph is something like this. Now then, what is the standard form? It is 4p into x minus h is equal to y minus k the whole square. Now from here, what is h is equal to? H is equal to 7. What is k is equal to? 0. Now here you can just equate this and solve, or you can directly, let me write it, minus 8 is equal to 4p. So divide both the sides by 4, you will get minus 2 as p. So p is equal to minus 2. Now with this information we have done, right? Vertex, all that. Now let me do it again. Vertex will be what? H comma k. So this is equal to h is 7 and k is 0. Now what about the other things? Focus. Focus point now. Is it h, which is constant? Now look over here. Now the x value varies. The k value is constant here. So here what you need to do is h plus p comma k. It's not k plus. 1 minute. Yes, this is correct. Even I just got confused. Now this changes. So what we will have to do is h minus p. So what is h? 7. What is p? Minus 2. So h plus p will be 7. Plus of minus 2, it will be 5 over here. 5 comma 0. This is not an accurate graph, but just a rough one. If you want to do it really properly, you can draw it like say like this and then mark the points 7, 5 and everything. The rough sketch is more than enough. Now what next? There is directrix. Directrix will be over here. See, this we did h plus p, right? Now just do h minus p. What is the value? So h is over here 7. Minus of minus 2, it will be 9. And then axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry, that will be basically k value over here. K is equal to 0. So these are your answers, and then you can easily graph it up. So you can see it's mine. Okay, now I have forgotten to write minus. Now there is a major mistake, guys. I really apologize for that. I have removed minus 8. Let me keep this. I thought of removing out, editing this part, but it's a good mistake that I did. You also might do this in the exam. So remember, when I removed the minus 8 out, I kept this positive, which is wrong. This is negative. That's positive, right? I wrote it wrong. So the entire equation was basically wrong. It's plus, and the h value is minus. Now here this is minus, and what happens over here? H plus p, minus and minus will be minus 7 minus 9 here, and over here it will be minus 5. So these are the answers. You see, just by a simple mistake, I got the entire wrong answers. Now you can see this is the correct answers: minus 7, comma 0, minus 9, comma 0, minus 5, and lastly it's K. The method was all right, but one simple, minus, which I forgot to remove, made it all wrong. And that's just one mistake. And if you had these wrong answers or the options, you would have selected that. So be careful, double check, and then, finalize the answers. So this is the graph. And this is again the same type. You can easily do it by yourselves, guys. Please try it by yourself. And over here, the worked out solutions are there. And even over here. Okay, now here, I can see there is x squared and another x. See, till now, what happened? We had only x squared and y. But now here, this is a problem. Here, you need to do the completing the square method. Let's try it now. What you need to see is which is having power 1 and which is having power 2. So group all the power 2 at one side and power 1s at one side. So let us leave this as it is, no need of changing. But what I'll do is all the numbers, I'll bring it over here for now. This number, I'll bring it over here. It'll be minus 12y plus 10, and this becomes minus 14. It'll be minus 4. I'll directly write it because minus 14 plus 10 is minus 4 is equal to x squared minus 4x. Now there are different methods of completing the square. What I feel is now the method which I tell you is one of the easiest and the shortcut method. Let us leave this for now. 12y minus 4 is equal to, whenever you're completing the square, before we do this, I'll give you another example. Imagine you have like this, plus 8. That's 8x, sorry. Completing the square means you need to get this as whole square. How can you get this terms, only two terms, as whole square? Because you don't know any identity directly, right? There is no formula for whole square that just gives you these two terms. There is one more term over here. So what you do is, we will add that later on. Just look at this first term and the second term. There must be power 2, power 1. This must have only coefficient 1. If there's any other number you have to, you can't do this. You have to divide throughout by numbers and then do it. So now here what you do is, this is x squared, just write as x. This sign is plus, write plus. Whatever is this number, don't write x, only this number half. That is 8 divided by 2 is 4, half of that number. Now it's not over. This much you have written, right? Write minus this number, whatever is this number, square. This minus is no matter what. Even if it is plus or minus here, this will only be minus. Now another example, x squared minus 6. Sorry, this is x. So what you have to do is x minus 6 by 2 is 3, the whole square minus 3 squared. This is it. Now let's do it over here. What happens? X minus 4 by 2 is 2, the whole square minus, what is this number? 2 squared. This is it. So now we have minus 12y minus 4 is equal to, what is this? X minus 2 the whole square minus 4. Minus 4 cancels out. You can take it to other side. It will become 0. Now you're remaining with 12y is equal to x minus 2 the whole square. Now this is belonging to which equation? This belongs to y is equal to x squared. So what you need to do is 4t into y minus k is equal to, over here it will be x minus h the whole square. So this is the formula. And now we have done it, right? This is minus 12, 4. Over here k is 0. What is h value? H is positive 2. And then you can write all the vertex formula, vertex form, other forms. See here, it should be minus 12. See, it's minus 12y. And over here, minus 2, it's the same thing. So this is how we do it. And then we have done this part, right? So the same thing, just do it again. Now what about this term? Here this is again straightforward, but let me do another completing the square method. This is having 2x. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll take this minus 12 to the other side. It will become positive 12y minus 33 is equal to x squared minus 6x. Then 12y minus 33 is equal to, over here what you do is x minus 3 the whole square minus 9. It's better to write 3 square only. or you can write 9. So this is it. Now take this to the other side. It will be 12y minus 33. This minus becomes plus. 3 square is 9 is equal to x minus 3 the whole square. Now what happens over here? It is minus 24, right? 9, yeah. And your 12y is equal to x minus 3 the whole square. Take 12 common out over here. You're remaining with y minus 2 is equal to x minus 3 the whole square. Now write the standard form. Which form does it belong to? Just now we wrote this, right? 4py minus k. It's not h. X is with h, y is with k, k is with y, h is with k, h is with x. Okay, I just got confused. X minus over here h the whole square. That's the answer. The standard form is 12y minus 2 equals x minus 3 the whole square. I hope that you're finding this method easier. See, that's the correct answer. And you can graph it up and get the vertex. This we have done, right? The same method is done. Okay, now again you have to complete the square over here as well. You will get this answer. See, now they're using some very long method to complete the square. I will do this one as well because it is y and x. So first take the x to the other side. It will be 20x positive minus 72 is equal to, here you have 2y square minus 16y. Okay, now this is a little bit tricky. What happens is you have a coefficient over here, right? So what do you do in such case? Remove the 2 outside. Now what happens? You're remaining with y squared minus 8y only. Now you can apply completing the squared method over here. See, this 2 will remain over here. Now inside over here you should do y minus 8 divided by 2 is 4. The whole square minus 4 square. But remember, this is multiplied to it. This is multiplied to it. There is one way you can avoid it. See, now it's 20x minus 72, right? Divide both the sides by 2, this will go. That is one thing. But imagine over here you had odd numbers. Say you are 21 or something. You were not able to divide. Then what you do is, I will show both the methods, okay? First, I will do this multiplication by distributive. Here, 20x minus 72 remains left side. This 2 is multiplied to this term and this term separately. It will be 2 into y minus 4 the whole square minus 2 multiplied by 4 square is 16 times 2 is minus 32. You can do it in calculator. 2 times 4 square. And now you can simplify, take this to the other side. It will be 20x minus 72 minus 32. It will be 40 is equal to 2y minus 4 the whole square. This is the whole square. Now here what you can do is take 20 common out. It will be x minus 2 is equal to 2 times y minus 4 the whole square. Now divide both the sides by 2, or this, take it to the other side. It will be 10 into x minus 2 is equal to y minus 4 the whole square. You can see this is one method. See, that's the same answer, right and left. There is one more method which I'll show you now. This is one thing, but I would prefer the another method, which I would generally do. But I did both the methods because, you might tend to multiply it. That's the reason. The other method is here, 20. Okay, first thing, what is this number here? 2, right? I can just divide all by 2. See, left side, there is this divided by 2, this divided by 2, this divided by 2. Here 2 cancels. So what is this? It is 10x minus, what is, 35, 36. 72 divided by 2 is 36 is equal to y minus 4 the whole square minus 16. 4 square is 16 because this 2 is gone. Now take the 16 to the other side. It will be 10x minus 36 plus 16 will be minus 20 is equal to y minus 4 the whole square. And now take 10 common out. It will be 10 into x minus 2 is equal to y minus 4 the whole square. This is how we can solve this. So these are all the different types of getting into standard form. I would personally do this method. Just divide both the sides by 2. It'll be easier. And then you can easily find the vertex, foci, directrix, and the graph. And here now these are similar problems. Please try solving them by yourselves. Over here there is no coefficient, so it's much easier. When there is coefficient, you have to be a little careful. Even over here there is no coefficients, and that's the answer. Even over here there is coefficient. So let me do this one, last one. What happens is I'll take this 8y to the other side. It'll be minus 8y minus 34 is equal to 2 common out, only for these two terms, okay? X squared plus 10x. Now what? I will have to write this in completing the square method. That will be x plus phi the whole square minus phi squared. This is the thing. Over here what we have? 8y minus 34. But what I'll do over here is I'll just divide everything by 2 over here throughout. 2, 2, 2. So it's going to be minus 4y minus 17 is equal to, this cancels, x plus phi the whole square minus 25. And now take this 25 to the other side, becomes plus, and you will have 5, 6, 7, 8. So it'll be minus 4y plus 8 is equal to x plus phi the whole square. This side must be in square. Now you can remove minus 4 common out. It will be minus 4 outside because this must be positive y only. Minus 2 is equal to x plus phi the whole square. That's the final answer. You can check over here. Yes, absolutely, this is the correct answer. See, you can see it's just in 5 steps rather than all these things. You can do it so easily. I hope this has been helpful, and these are the graphs and the other answers, and that is the end of question 6. Please stick to the completing the square method. Be careful with that. Otherwise, our main goal is just to get into standard form and find the vertex, foci, directrix, and axis of symmetry, and then to graph the equation.